Hey, what's up guys? Got some exciting things to share with you today. We have a pretty full news day, but also wanted to throw in our new Apple Fold concept. The first one I made didn't really sit right with me. There's so much to improve, and this realistically I think is what Apple could release in 2019 if they were to. We'll talk about the news regarding that. Just in general, a lot of stuff to talk about, the iPhone 11 leaks, some AirPods stuff. I really look forward to making these videos, sitting down and talking to you about them. Also wanted to share something about my personal life, so I've decided to take a very interesting turn. I'm opening up a coffee shop in the Portland area, and it's going to be in a historic building where General Grant used to pass out drunk, apparently. Oldest commercial building in my city, but I'm assembling a bunch of art, as you guys can see. Just wanted to show you the examples. If you have any broken phones, like I'm just asking you, please send them my way, like Apple phones specifically, some old Samsung Galaxies maybe. I'm breaking them apart, making some cool tech art. I have a PO box now. I'd really appreciate it. And leave your PayPal in there even. I'll pay for shipping if you guys want. Anyways, let's get right in, and I wanted to share the foldable concept. So the first one we made was kind of a response to the Samsung Galaxy Fold if Apple were to release their version mimicking that, but realistically we decided to take a look at it again, and if Apple were to one-up Samsung but also to release this thing in this decade, you know, this kind of technology takes a while to release, and Apple's been working on a foldable phone since 2014, so realistically if they were to release it, to be absolutely cutting edge and at the same time possible. It's also very important to think in the possible realm of things. You know, we've seen so many concepts with some impossible mechanisms. This could be done. We modeled it after the iPad Pro, looks really cool, and I want to say special thank you to Ascending News and Ralph Theodori for providing these beautiful concepts. Check them out down below. They've been working with us on this foldable concept. This isn't the final form. There's still some mistakes that we're trying to get right, but essentially we tried to model it after this. This is Kizuku Kitada's concept on Behance. It looks beautiful. This is an Apple Fold, part iPhone, part iPad, and it looks gorgeous. I mean, the concept itself is solid. I could totally see myself needing something like this in my life. When you think about a foldable phone, foldable tablets, you don't really think about how it applies in your life until Apple does it. And it's basically gonna be an iPhone/iPad hybrid. And that's Apple's spin on it, I think. The best possible sense of this product. And a recent close-up video of Samsung Galaxy's Fold actually shows us there's a lot of difficulties that go into the mechanism, the actual fold in a concept like this. You know, if not done correctly, you might get lines like this. There are definitely a lot of engineering hurdles to clear. So a concept like this isn't out of the question, but there are so many hurdles to clear first before bringing it to market. That's why all of their patents have something to do with the mechanism itself, with heating the pixels so they don't crack over time. There's so much to do with actual durability. But anyways, just wanted to share that with you. It's a work in progress. If there's something that you could point out, to do so. Like we take your input. I actually read comments. I can't get to all of them, but I do read your comments, guys. So the AirPower mystery deepens. Michael Bateman, a Twitter user, actually found this, an AirPower image directly taken from Apple's website. It seems that Apple has not learned. The iPhone XS leaked 12 days in advance with the Apple Watch Series 4 using very similar methods. So he pulled this off of the Australian version of the Apple site. 905Mac confirmed it is genuine. It shows an iPhone XS, an updated iPhone model on AirPower. Apple announced this 1.5 years ago, so them having artwork with a recent phone shows this is definitely almost here. We actually expected it to release on Thursday or Friday. That didn't happen, so it might be that Apple's holding this for the actual event. And Digitimes did publish a report saying AirPower will be launching at the end of March. You know, we're already on March 23rd. There's not much to go, but we have 8 days and the event is on 25th, so certainly leaves some room there. With the wireless case being released, AirPods 2 with the wireless case, it certainly makes sense for Apple to drop this product already. Why would they not when they're selling the AirPods with the wireless charging case? So hopefully that does happen. And Apple did secure the rights for AirPower as well, all in this mess. So you know that something is happening with AirPower. It's going to be releasing here imminently. It just doesn't make sense for it to drag on any longer. And in a response to someone asking, what's the obsession with AirPower? Why are we so stringent on Apple releasing this product? It's really not even obsession. The way Mark Gurman answers that is very correct. Apple has promised this product to us 1.5 years ago. We're only basically keeping Apple accountable for a product that they hyped, they teased this with, and then 1.5 years later, it's nowhere to be seen. All mention of it removed from the Apple website. Of course, people are going to be obsessed with it. It only makes sense. So that's why I can't wait for this thing to just be out and in my life. I'm actually going to be putting these into custom tables at my shop. So I definitely need these more than the usual person, I think. Okay, and I've got some iPhone 11 leaks. I did print or 3D print the iPhone 11 lens in our new Form 2 3D printer. It is absolutely awesome. So this is version number 1. I'll be showing you in separate clips version 2 with higher resolution. But this is it, guys. This is the 2019 iPhone 11. Most recently, the rumor took a turn where Apple is using the square lens again. And just to give you an idea how large that lens is, it is ridiculous. Like, it's double the size of the iPhone XS. Not necessarily because the sensors are getting larger, I'm sure they are, but it's mostly because of the third lens. Apple had to accommodate it. And with the flash, this still looks like somewhat of an even design. I think it looks a lot like Huawei's P30 Pro series, just it's not a centered camera lens. I like it a lot. Let me know what you guys think. And this is with the squared off iPad design, the one that I really wish Apple would do. I like it a lot. We put USB-C on there. You can actually see the USB-C little terminal in there. Super cool. The attention to detail that this printer can do blows my mind. I mean, modern 3D printers are really something. And on the front, a cutout for the camera up top, kind of what I envision should happen on the new iPhones, but just wanted to share that with you. All right, so Mac released a report on the iPhone 11. They're saying that the wireless power share feature that the Samsung Galaxy S10 introduced, which the Huawei had first, that will be arriving indeed on the iPhone. So this is another source confirming that. They're confirming it will work with AirPods, the wireless charging case, both generations, and the new Apple Watch. So you should be able to charge existing Apple Watches on the back of your iPhone 11 using that feature. The idea is if you're in a pinch, you don't have a cable with you, you're able to quickly charge those devices, and the convenience factor of your iPhone goes up tremendously. And I wanted to tie this in with Alvaro Pabesio's iOS 13 concepts. He's got some incredible stuff. Most recently, the power drop feature. This looks fantastic. Now, I know it's not going to work this way, but if you could dedicate or allocate a certain amount of power, like 25% as he shows here, to another phone, to your desperate friend's dying phone, you could do that using this concept. I think it's brilliant. It looks really cool. And obviously the phones would have to be up against each other, but it stands true. And he's also got some brilliant concepts regarding the new iPads. Check it out down below in the description. Some beautiful stuff. Ascending news too, like all around great concept creators. I love what Instagram is bringing to the table, just bringing all these concept creators together. And Makatakara is reporting that the iPhone 11 box will include new things. So instead of the existing 5-watt USB-A adapter, Apple will be including the new one with the iPad Pros that they're selling, the 18-watt fast charger by default in the box of this year's iPhone. We heard earlier that that won't be happening. It'll be the existing 5-watt. So I'm glad to hear this. Definitely about time Apple updates their iPhones to support fast charging right out of the box. Not only that, but a USB-C to a Lightning cable, which means Lightning will be staying for this year's iPhone according to Makatakara. So all but one source is saying Lightning will be happening, not USB-C, and basically to compromise, Apple will be including a USB-C to Lightning adapter in this year's iPhone, which I think makes sense. That's a good happy medium. Okay, and regarding AirPods 2, they're going to be shipping on Tuesday, says 9to5Mac. Other than that, the demand was pretty high. Like, it wasn't a huge upgrade, but there was a pent-up demand. They sold out. They're now 7 to 10 days out versus 3 to 5 on the other AirPods. So there definitely was a demand, but it doesn't seem like this crazy big hype as before. Now, Mark Gurman explains what happened. Apparently, they changed their plans for AirPods 2 pretty recently, as they initially intended to add more features to this release, but apparently they're delaying them, and all the colors, all the matte texturing, everything we've heard will be happening on AirPods 3 for the big redesign. I mean, that's exciting, but I still expected a little bit more for this release. Mark Gurman also confirms that on Monday, iOS 12.2 will likely be released, as the new AirPods do require iOS 12.2 to work, and it only makes sense that this firmware would be out before you get your AirPods 2. Also, one more thing, Apple is to release a Beats version of AirPods on their website sometime next month, and this could be one of these inconspicuous drops we've been seeing all last week. Apparently, battery life might be better than AirPods. It'll have the new H1 chip inside of it by default, and I'm excited. Let's see that AirPod technology in a slightly different form factor. I'm actually open to trying those. And also wanted to mention this. So Max Weinbach sent me this. He says Apple is working internally on a 5K cinema display to go alongside the Mac Pro, presumably. And of course, you'd think they would be doing this, but it's nice to see a confirmation, because I think what Apple did last time with a 5K cinema display just did not work out. The LG partnership, it was pretty bad. I didn't like the display. It could be done better. So we made our own concept of it, and I'm sure that it would take inspiration from the new iPad Pro. It could be even sleeker than this, but just wanted to give you a rough idea of what this device could do. Presumably it would house LG's 5K display, something similar to what's out there on the market already. It wouldn't be something big. We heard earlier that it would be a 6K display, but might be a 5K one as well. We'll see, And Mac Pro might be revealed at WWDC. And OpenSignal did a study of AT&T's new 5G network that they're marketing everywhere. Apparently it's even worse by default than Sprint and Verizon speeds in some cities. That's a little ridiculous. You would expect more for that branding, but it's been very controversial from day one. I don't think they should have done it, but yeah, here are the results, and it's just as you'd expect, not very good. Also, Apple may be showing a Netflix for games type subscription service here at this event on Monday. Bloomberg is reporting that there's several key services they'll be releasing. This is just one among them. Depending on how much work goes into every single game, there's going to be a pricing structure for developers by Apple. We'll definitely see come Monday. It's not going to be a very big event, no hardware from what we hear, but still should be exciting to see how Apple is going to change the course of history on Monday. Cool guys, thanks for watching. That's the latest from Apple. Let's see what this week brings. It should be an exciting one. Again, if you have any old devices, I'd really appreciate it. Send them over to my PO box if you want them to be featured in only the coolest tech coffee shop, I hope, around here. We'll see. But all right guys, see you later. Peace.